Well, good morning everyone, or should I say afternoon. So, we've got the Case tractor back in the shop, and I am going to start putting a, kind of like a canopy on it. I don't know if I want to put a full canopy, but I am going to build us a screen, because it is got this tractor is going to be pulling our bush hog, and well, if you bush hogged without a screen, or if you bush hogged it at all, a screen is a must on a tractor, because you either one get your glass knocked out, or two, get your head knocked off. I know a couple people that's bush hogged without a screen, and they found out the hard way, and they've got a screen on their tractor, because a couple of them got hit in the head with a rock, and it's knocked them out, and they're very lucky, considering that. So that is my chore I want to start working on. I did get a part in for this tractor, because speaking of things that are dangerous, I also started this tractor, brought it in the shop, shut it off, killed it, put it in neutral, all that stuff. One thing you need to do, always put stuff in neutral, set the park brake. You probably wonder why the battery's unhooked. So I didn't realize you got to pull the exhaust and the breather off this tractor. I wasn't thinking at the time, and I jerked the hood up. I don't know if I did it or if it was at the tractor's fault, but as soon as I touched the hood and I pushed up on the hood, this tractor started, and it was swirling over. And I'm pretty sure if it would have been in gear, it would run over me, because you can see Daddy's got this shop absolutely cluttered with stuff. There's not much room between the tractor. I mean, I do have room to get away, but I was in between this and the tractor. I'd have probably got run over before I would have got out of the way, because I've got it set in like a higher gear. This thing's got like high and low, plus it's got a high and low in between the high and low. So it's got some gears in it, if anybody's familiar with these Case 1390s. So yeah, it burnt the starter up on it before I could get the battery unhooked. I was trying to figure out what was going on, trying to find a 9/16 wrench to get in here to get the battery unhooked, because first of all I ran over here to shut the tractor off and realized it was shut off. And so I burnt the starter's burned up, which is new. It burned up, which I don't know how good the starter was anyways, because I did get it off Amazon. It was one of them Amazon deals. I was looking for a starter and it popped up on Amazon. I was like, hey, I'll try it. But it did work. It did start the tractor. It does work, but I think it burned it up. We might be able to fix it or rebuild it, so don't want to send it back just yet, because we might be able to rebuild that thing. Got to do so, but that is what my parts are. Got the starter and a new switch, because the ignition switch caught a fire inside the dash, and the starter was smoking. So yeah, it was quite an ordeal the other day. I was having some problems, but I can't find the fiberglass, the grill guard, or whatever you want to call this thing, the grill, the front part of the front clip, whatever you want to call this thing. I can't find that. And if I do, they're more overseas and trying to wait to get it bought or get it shipped over here. So I'm going to build one. I was doing some searching, and I did find a tractor that was like this, that someone had made a grill, and it looked really good. So I'm pretty much going to copy and paste it. I'm going to steal their idea. It looks good. So I'm going to just build my own and go from there, because it is a bush hog tractor, as you can see. It's not very pretty. We did slap some paint on it, because. But this is what it's going to do. It's going to bush hog. We've got a loader for it. Got to get the loader fixed up. Need some hoses, need some paint. But for now, we don't need a loader to bush hog with. And I want to have this tractor ready to go when bush hogging starts. We can just jump on it and go. And so yeah, that's why I'm going to start building this. First, I want to get starter on it. I'd like to get the bush hog back out of the shop, unhook it. I couldn't find the jack for it the other day, and I finally found it today. So I'm going to get this back to kind of give me some room to work in here. And try to get this done this week. Did take a few days off work to work on this. So yeah, let's just get to it. already know. All right. So I had this tractor in a will it start video. So we got this tractor, me and Dad went and picked it up, and it had set for a long time, so we was kind of leery about it. But we got it home, got it going. Well, she didn't take a whole lot to get it going. And we did not do nothing to the engine except service it. We had to completely service everything in it. But like we knew the starter, like we found out the starter was bad, so we replaced it. The wheel seal in this side was bad, so Dad replaced it, and the bearings. Had to end up cutting the seal out of the raceway out of it, and then the raceway out of the pretty much what you'd call the kingpin of it, or the ball joint on the bottom side. I had to cut the take the torch in there and cut the raceway out of that for him, because he can't see to run a torch. So while he works on this thing, while I'm at work, he works on it through the week, so I really can't video it. And he's not about to run the camera to video. So that's why I'm just going to tell you everything about it. And he put a new switch in it. And what else do we do? Everything else, and all the rear end's been, I mean, we completely serviced this tractor front to back. We put a new pair of steering pump filter in it. Had to fix that one wheel, which I did do a video on it. It turned out really great. I have a wobble and a extension. So it turned out really good. So yeah. Let's see. But it turned out really good. This tractor's running. Sounds good too. And we can get started. I don't know if these are made like that or that denim. These are starter wrenches. Because these little nuts, these bolts, it's either a stud that sits on these, and it's just a nut. This one feels like a bolt. Okay, that's tight. These nuts or bolts on the back side of the starter piston get to. Well, what's going on? I am back working on the tractor, working on the screen. I did put me some angle iron, got it tacked up around the front of the tractor to give me something for my side screens to bolt to. I've got this welded up just so I can kind of find my angle, and I finally got this cut out for it, so I just need to cut the other side out. But I got to cut me out a piece and get it kind of bent. I gotta bend it down just a little bit. I'm gonna probably clamp it up here, or I might tack it just so I can bend it down to kind of meet this angle again, and then get it to how I want to, and then I'll go back and I'll start tack my sides up and get everything ready to be bolted up, and then take it back off to where I can paint it and then bolt it, because I've got these self-tapping screws and they'll just tap in there, because by the way I'm doing it, I won't be able to get my hand off in there to get like the nut or something on it, especially on this other side. So I'm just going to go ahead and just put some self-tapping screws, and it'll kind of go with the uniform of the tractor. I'm using this diamond plate stuff. We got quite a bit of this, and it's going to match the fenders. So them turned out really good. These had them rubber grommets on there with the little lights and the blinkers on them, and these fenders was rusting out really bad because the water had got in behind that rubber grommet. They had got aged and shrunk and cracked, and so they had rusted out, which I'd fixed all that. You can kind of see I fixed that one a little bit, and that one a little bit of grinding work, but like I said, it ain't nothing we're going to take to the fair. It is going to serve its purpose for us. And done the same thing, need to clean that up, throw some more paint on it, paint that a little bit more. I re-welded the handle back, so had to do the same thing with this fender. I took both the back lights off of it, so it made it look good. And I'll get the front fixed, and then I'll start on doing the screen and getting it built, and then I may try to build a canopy. I don't know yet. I've got a lot of this 3-inch angle iron, just a little bit heavy. I think I got a bug on me. But I may build me a screen out of some angle iron, or not a screen, a canopy, because bush hogging kind of like to have a little bit of a shade, because it does have potential. It ain't pretty by no means, but it does have some potential. I did get the starter fixed. I didn't get to do no video because there was a guy here and one of Dad's buddies, but I put the old starter, the starter that I'd bought for the tractor, I put it back on. The solenoid was bad. I took the solenoid out of the original starter that was on the tractor. I swapped them out to see if that'd work, because the new starter that we bought is the wrong size. And then I had to end up putting the switch back in it, because the new switch is messed up. The back end of it is really loose. So I didn't want the same thing going to happen later on, because the way this is right now, I can hook the battery up right now and it will try to start. That switch is bad. So I've just got it all hooked back up. That way I know where all my wires go. So that is what I'm working on. I want to start kind of measuring this out, get it cut out, get it kind of ready to go, and then I'm going to probably quit for the day because I am getting tired. back and good morning. So yesterday I finished up getting the grill all welded up. I was gonna just tack it, but it started going pretty good, so I just started welding it all up and grinding it all down. I like just a little bit more of grinding. I've got to finish grinding on the sides. This is the bottom part of the grill itself. So, and then I just got done marking out where I'm going to put a little piece of expanded metal for the pretty much the grill. So I've got that. It's a little smaller stuff. And I was debating on using some scrap diamond plate to put in these light sockets or light holes, whatever you want to call them. But I think what I want to do, I want to just take me some expanded metal and put in there. I think it'll look good. And that way it's kind of getting as much airflow as it possibly can to the radiator. So that's my idea anyways. And then I want to get it all ground up and cleaned up and polished. Then I want to paint it and then stick it back on the tractor, and then I'm going to start working on pretty much a screen for the back of the tractor. I've got this square tubing. It's 3" by 1". It's going to work pretty good. It's basically going to kind of look like a row bars or a ROP system, but it's not a ROP system because there's no way it would protect you if it turned over. Because a ROP system comes all the way down to pretty much to the axles of the tractor and clamps on or bolts on. And there is really no way to put this, and I don't know how a Case tractor has their ROP system because I've not been around a Case tractor. Or John Deere tractors, I can show you how they are, especially like on this one, how their ROP system is. And a ROP system is called a rollover protection system, or it is called ROPS. So this is what they call ROPS. It comes up and down, and then as you can see, it's bolted and clamped down on the axles of the tractor on both sides, and then the fenders are bolted onto it as well. And that gives it the rollover protection. This is supposed to kind of basically keep the weight off of you if you fall. If the tractor was to turn over, is to withstand the weight of the tractor basically, and keep from crushing you as long as you're wearing your seat belt and doing all your safety precautions as you're supposed to. But with this and not having that, I have seen them with some kind of, like they come up and but I've just seen them on the internet where they just come up and they're just kind of like a 4-post canopy style. I might try to look doing something because I am really big into safety. I want everything to be safe because you never know. And so I'm just kind of back and forth. But my tractor just has a little screen system and it is widened out. This tractor is widened all the way out. Like the wheels and the dishes are turned to widen the tractor out, so it gives it a wider stance. The front isn't widened all the way out. But as you can see, if I can get you can see where the tractor is widened out. So that helps a lot, being wider on the hillsides and things. So that is kind of everything in a nutshell. But I'm going to start cutting this out and getting the screen cut out and welded up in here. Finish welding this up, grind it all down, polish it up, and that'll be ready to go. in on the back part of the tractor for the screen. Already got my holes drilled. Everything's marked on both sides. Just got to measure out and then build it. I'm going to probably weld it, pack it all in, get it to fit, and then weld it all in and then set it in there and bolt it in for what I want to do. Well, I got it all put together. Turned out better than what I thought. The hood corral here, it's not the prettiest. I may take some diamond plate and kind of go around this, outline it, and put it here and kind of, I'll probably pop rivet out a little bit, so I don't know yet. I may do that. But that turned out really good. I rolled it all in, kind of matched the tractor. Just made it turn out really good. I just got done trying it out. I put the loader arms on, so now all I gotta do is put new hoses on the loader, paint the loader and put it on, and then this turned out really good. Even cut angle iron to match the angle, and I went with the angle of this. You can see with that I went with the angle of that, so it turned out really good. Better than I thought it would. And so it's all in all, this whole thing from top to bottom is 38 inches by 34 3/4 wide. So that it turned out really good. Like I said, I just got done, got a little shrapnel there. Just got done trying it out. This thing does pretty good, but this tractor's been sitting for several years, and this is the first time it's actually been used, and I just used it for like 10 minutes. Just to try it out. The PTO clutch is still needing a little bit of adjustment, but I think using it is going to help it out disengage and engage, because the PTO is spinning when you got to shut the tractor off to get the PTO in. But now, since I've ran it a little bit, I hit a bunch of thick blackberry burs where I've been dozing, and been trying it back and forth, turn it on and off, and it's helping it out. So I think a good day of running it's going to help it out tremendously a lot. But it's not the prettiest tractor in the world, but it's definitely going to do what we need to do to pull that bush hog. And like I said, we got the loader for it, and we'll put the loader on it. But it's not necessarily going to be a loader tractor. It's going to be a bush hog tractor. But having a third loader around, or a fourth loader, it'd be handy. So I'm tickled with it. But this is the end of the video, and if you don't mind, hit that like, subscribe button, and like always, guys, I'll catch you in the next one. See you guys.